All right. So now I'm streaming on YouTube, and let me find the link. I'm gonna give y'all the link right now. Y'all bear with me. Yeah, we ain't gonna be dealing with this shit. Yeah, we back now, but we're gonna switch over to YouTube. 1 second. Let me let it crank up. All right. We're doing that. Y'all bear with me for one damn second. God damn, everything want to be slow. Come on, man. Hold on. All right. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Let me see what I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. All right, let me give y'all the link. Y'all can hit that donate button on there too. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, let me turn my volume down. Come on, volume. Shit. Come on, man. Okay, there we go. All right. Come on, volume. Turn your ass down. There you go. All right, so let me give y'all the link. All right. Where we at? YouTube, Ustream. Okay, Ustream. Here we go. This is the link. That's the link. Go there right now, family. We're getting up off Ustream tonight. Ustream is on that bullshit. All right. Ustream is on that bullshit. All right. That's the link. Can y'all see the link? Y'all got it? All right. So let's get up off Ustream right now. All right. And then when you head on over there to YouTube, y'all be sure to hit that the tithes button. All right. So I'm stopping the broadcast on Ustream now. Force quit all. Okay. All right. Okay. Off YouTube, off Ustream. I'm off Ustream right now. Okay. So here I am. God damn it. Welcome everybody to Tariq Radio, the Tariq Radio Show, the Sunday stream. Again, we're going to act like we haven't started the show already. This is my shirt somebody gave me last night in Long Beach at the lecture at Cal State Long Beach. We had an event yesterday. Great event. Good times. Very entertaining. We had a great time last night. Shout out to Dr. Boyce. Shout out to everybody who was a part of that. Yeah, y'all donate right there. Shout out to everybody putting the donations down. That's what's up. Shout out to the Melanoid Ministries. Now, earlier on Ustream, we were talking about the lecture event last night. We did a lecture, a panel discussion down in Long Beach. It was the Black Consciousness Convention. It was me, Boyce Watkins, my sister Renee from Shades of Africa Bookstore. There was a couple of black feminists there. Cool sisters. They were very cool. It was a very respectful conversation. Somebody was saying that there were some women some shea butters who were in the audience who were with those women who were being a little disruptive. And I wanted somebody who was at the event to call up. Now, let me see who's on the phone. People are calling now. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up, Tariq? It's Charles from Houston.
What's up, Charles? I'm going to have you call back, brother. I want somebody who was at the event last night who saw some stuff in the audience that was suspect. Mazi, if you can call up, the number is 818-850-5404. That is the number. 818-850-5404. That is the number. My brother. Just call up. Let's chop that up. You dig? Because I want to know who was it. Okay, look like we got somebody here. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Bobby from Long Beach.
Mozzie, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, sir.
So what's on? So you were there. You were at the event last night, right?
Yes, sir. I was there about an hour before you went on stage and all the way to the end.
Oh, cool. So who were the women in the audience and what were they doing?
They basically they were connected with either Adrienne Moore or the other young lady, because basically every time you took the mic, I noticed that they were scattered like in the middle, in the front, on the side, somewhere by me. I was off to the your left, my right side. And they basically were just kind of, every time you said something, they kind of made a groan, like oh my goodness, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So they had to most likely be either with, I'm assuming they're with the African sister who was very intelligent. By the way, she was also earlier on Dr. Boyce's Instagram, basically just making herself known.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, she kept talking about the what is that called? The intersectionality and the what is that? The gender roles.
Yeah.
She kept talking like that. She was even arguing with me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time arguing about that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot bigger things to be worrying about right now.
Yeah. That's heavy, man. But hey, man, thank you for the call, brother. Thank you so much.
All right, then.
Yes, indeed.
No problem. Later.
All right. So interesting. Oh, let me see who this is. Let me see if they were there. What's up? Who's calling? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey.
Hi, Tariq?
Yes, who is this?
Oh, I thought I was calling your live stream.
You are. I'm live, sweetie. There's a delay.
Oh, okay. Hi, this is Janae. I was out there last night.
Oh, cool.
At
Did I talk to you last night? You sound familiar. Did I talk to you last night?
Yes, you did.
Were you the one giving me the ideas for the movie?
Yes, I was.
I remember you. How are you, dear?
I'm fine.
How
are you?
I remember your voice. What's going on with you?
Yes. Yeah, I was there. I heard you talking about that there were some disruptors, which was interesting. I didn't hear that, but I did see. I was sitting by Andrea's mother.
Yeah.
She was like right behind you. And it was interesting when I first started talking to her, she had mentioned something about, because she was from the Bay, and she had said something about how she didn't like it out here in LA because it wasn't multicultural. And she said something like, she goes, well, I get a little nervous when I'm around too many of us.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, huh? I was like, why are you at a Black Consciousness conference?
Wow.
So it kind of made sense why Andrea was talking the way she was talking.
Oh, wow.
And then afterwards, they came up to me to say goodbye, and you could see that Andrea had been crying.
Oh, damn, really? Wow.
I think it was out of her league. I think her and that Nigerian lady.
Yeah.
I think they came with an agenda, and I don't think it panned out the way they thought it was going to pan out.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow.
Because there was people behind me, like every time that Nigerian lady was talking, people were like, shut up, tell her to get off, I'm sick of her, I'm over her.
Yeah, man. Yeah, people were getting visibly antsy when she was talking about gender roles and we shouldn't have gender roles. And people were like, that don't sound
yes,
right.
And then she mentioned something about the estrogen. She started talking about estrogen and testosterone.
Yeah.
And then at one point, so the moderators were saying like they will hold up their fist if you guys went over your 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I looked back, and when she started talking about the testosterone, the estrogen, literally, like the whole row where I was, everybody had their fist up.
Yeah.
People were like, get People were not they were not feeling those two.
Man, that's
and there was another point where I feel like every time you and Dr. Watkins would, speak up or respond to one of their things or, answer the question, there would be like this roar of clapping, like people would be like cheering you guys on.
Yeah.
But every time those two spoke, and at one point they just started babbling. Like I think people started losing their interest. You could barely hear a clap after they would, after they were done with their answer.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but
I kind of felt bad for Andrea.
Yeah, and that's why I tried to keep it respectful because I didn't want to make it seem like we were attacking anybody. So we kept it very respectful, and that was my biggest thing. So, man,
you did a good job.
Thank you so much, beloved. Thank you for the call. Yes, indeed. Yeah, but the event was good, man. The event was great. Despite Dr. Boyce with the damn bait clicking, Dr. Boyce put up the bait clicking video talking about Tariq Nasheed was battling a feminist and it got crazy. You dig? Dr. Bait clicking Boyce. That's going to be Dr. Boyce's new name, Dr. Bait Click. Dr. Bait Clicking Watson. God damn it, Boyce up here bait clicking and making it seem like we got to do a damn fist fight out there with them women. No, we did not. Man. But Dr. Boyce was spitting hot fire. He was spitting that hot fire. It was good stuff. Man. But I'm gonna see if I can play some videos, some video clips on this thing. Y'all saw me experimenting because I'm using a different program. I'm using OBS Studios. I want to see if I could play something because I want y'all to hear something. Let me see something real quickly, family. Let me see something. And let me see if I can play. Let me see something. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to see if I can play.
You always like to argue, like to pick a fight with me. I don't pick a fight and argue with you. What the fuck you mean I'm not the one? So you can go ahead, so you can go. That's the reason why I'm not for you? So you can be a fucking hoe? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. All right, then. So what the fuck? All right, so come on, man. Don't do that to me, man. All right, then. Fucking hoe?
Oh, y'all can't hear me.
Why you want to see somebody else? Why you want to see somebody else, huh? I didn't. Oh, man. All right. Okay, all right. Well, I'm punching these fucking face. Don't say nothing.
So y'all can hear that. Okay, so y'all can hear that. Hold on one second. All right. So y'all can hear that. I can't hear it on my end for some reason. I need to be able to hear it on my end. Man. Filters properties. Advanced auto properties. Oh, y'all bear with me one second. I got to figure out how to do this thing. Media source, monitor on. Okay, media source, monitor on. Monitor, audio monitor. Only mute output. Monitor only. Mute output. No. Mute and output. Okay, let me test something out. Hold on. While I'm talking to y'all. Okay. Y'all bear with me. Okay.
What the fuck you mean I'm not the one? So you can go ahead, so you can go be a fucking hoe?
Okay, so now I can't see it. Okay, I can hear it, but I can't see the shit. Okay. Now I can't see it. I can't see it for some reason. All right, so let me do this. Hold on.
Oh, man. All right. Okay, right. Well, I'm punching this fucking face. Don't say nothing.
All right. So now I cannot see the video. Okay, y'all bear with me. I'm trying to get all this stuff together. So now I cannot see the video. Okay. Damn it. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to get all this stuff together. Let me test something out here. Y'all bear with me, family. Bear with me. Okay, audio. Because I want to play some clips. I'm using a different file source thing here. Filters, properties, local file. Again. Okay, let me delete this thing. Okay, y'all bear with me. I'm gonna take that off and remove that. Let me try something else because I want to be able to show you some clips while we're talking. I want to talk about some stuff and I want to show you guys some things. Media source. And I hate doing shit on the fly here. I fucked up. I just fucked up. Talk about some stuff. I want to show you guys. Just messed up. Hold on. All right, y'all bear with me, man. I'm trying to get it together. I hate doing this stuff live because I had to switch over and do the show here because I was hold on. I was on Ustream. And we were having problems in the chat room. All right, let's see if this works. Let's see. Y'all hear this?
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I think we can make it work. Now it's calling me. Fuck is calling me this time of day? Hello? Hello? All right. All right. I think I'm good to go now. I think we're good to go. All right. I think we're good to go. All right. The Trolls movie. Yeah, that's the Trolls movie. All right. I think I'm good to go. I can play some clips now and chop it up. Now, only it's going to let you hear it on the second browser with a delay. Okay, so I got it. I think I figured it out over here. So we're good to go. Now earlier I posted on my Twitter. You guys follow me on Twitter at Tariq Nasheed. And let me get y'all's opinion on this. Because the brother who's in this video, he emailed me and I told him to call up. I wanted the brother to call up. This brother, he's an Omega. He's a Q dog. Shout out to the Q dogs, man. I got a lot of love, a lot of respect for the Q dogs. I'm very cool with the Q dogs. But this dude was at his job. They were celebrating. Hold on. They were celebrating the founding day of the Q, something like that. They were celebrating. Let me play this clip of them. This brother, he's at his job, and they started stepping and doing the Greek stepping for the white people at their job, and it looked mad foolish, dude. All right, so this is the video here. Let me play the video. Where is it? All right, hold on. Here it is. Oh, man, it's cheeky looking. I can see that. Oh, man, I can't even show the video like I want to. This looks mad damn janky. That's why I like Ustream. I can play videos. Y'all bear with me for one damn second. Color range full. Color range, high to partial full. Damn. I want to show this video clip. It looks janky. His brother, him and his frat brothers at the job, stomping, stepping. But frat brothers at the job, stomping, and you can't see it. Let it go. I know, man. It's janky as fucking hell, man. This shit is so damn janky. Man. Come on. OBS Studios. Come on, man. I gotta do this shit right. Okay, this partial. It's janky. But the point is, they're at the job stomping and stepping. You dig? And it's not really a good look. Move this. Yeah, it's not really a good look. And they were trying to justify it, saying, well, hey, man, we just proud to celebrate our founding day. But look, dude, that wasn't about celebrating your founding day. You celebrate that among your peers. All that stomping and jumping up and down and kicking. You're in a corporate setting, black people. When we get in a corporate setting, black people, you don't have to become the entertainment. Black folks have this thing, once you get into a corporate setting, you have to become the damn entertainment. You got to go show out in front of everybody. You got to be all doing all the shucking and jiving and dancing. No, you're in a corporate setting. So you can try to justify that bullshit all you want, but when you're in a corporate setting, you know, you look like Bobby Smurda. That's that Bobby Smurda thing. I wish y'all could see the video. I wish I could show all these videos. You dig? My goodness. Whoa, my bad. Man. You dig? Well, y'all that stomping and dancing around, not the business, man. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Y'all bear with me. Whoops. My bad. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Y'all bear with me. See, OBS Studios, man, I got to learn how to navigate through this thing. See, this is the thing. Ustream, when I'm on Ustream, I can throw up videos real quick. I can navigate real quick. I can do a lot of stuff real quick. You dig? But with this, OBS Studios, I'm on YouTube, and the chat room is fine, but it's harder for me to get the videos and all that stuff popping like it should be. So it's a whole thing. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, I hope everybody has their copy of the 1804 movie. I want to play y'all a clip of one of these alt-lice cats complaining about the movie. And that's the thing. A lot of the white supremacists are complaining about the movie. The alt-lice, they're mad, they're upset. And I want to play you guys something. It's this one guy, white supremacist troll, Atheism is Unstoppable. That's his name on YouTube. And this is the general consensus with a lot of these alt-lice people. They're very butthurt about the movie 1804. They're butthurt because the movie is doing very well. The movie is very successful. Black success is always looked down upon by the dominant society. Before I get into this clip, did y'all hear what Trump was saying about LeVar Ball? Trump was over in China. LeAngelo Ball, LeVar's son, and some of his friends looked like they did some kind of prank. They were shoplifting, just doing dumb shit. And they got in trouble over there. The media was talking about they could face up to 10 years in prison. Now, they weren't going to go to jail for no 10 years, but they keep throwing that out there. The Trump team keeps saying, well, they would have been in jail for 10 years if it wasn't for me. Basically, they had got sentenced, from what I understand, to house arrest for like a few weeks. And house arrest was basically they were going to be in the same vicinity of this luxury hotel. So they couldn't go out of the confines of the neighborhood where the hotel was. So that was the house arrest. You dig? So Trump is trying to pat himself all on the back as if he granted this release of these guys and saved them from going to prison. And the guys thanked Trump. The boys, they did a press conference. They're like, well, we'd like to say thank you to Trump. So they thanked Trump. But LeVar Ball, they did an interview with him, and he's like, okay, well, I ain't about to sit down and kiss Trump's ass. They kind of putting extras on it. You dig? My boys were going to come home anyway, whatever. So Trump put out a tweet. Yeah, LeVar Ball is ungrateful, this, and I should have let them stay in jail over there. So, Trump is sending the dog whistles to his racist base. And this whole thing where if black folks aren't kissing your ass, you're supposed to reprimand them publicly. This whole thing, and my man Sean King made a very good point. He said the word ungrateful, that's the new nigga. You dig? Yeah, Trump did his job. You're supposed to do that. American citizens, if you caught up in some bullshit in another country, your people are supposed to come back. You dig? But this whole thing where LeVar Ball is supposed to kiss ass forever, like George Foreman. George Foreman, Trump gave him a fight 20-something years ago. George Foreman is grateful to this day, and when they mention Trump, Master Trump, it's that type of thing. Hold on one second, hold on. Hold on one second. Speaking of boxing, hold on. That's Rock Newman. I'm going to have Rock Newman call up, by the way, guys. That's my brother. That's Rock Newman. Don't nobody else call up right now. I want to have Rock Newman call up right now. Everybody don't call up. But yeah, that old Omarosa, I'm forever grateful. You gave me a job on TV, so I'm forever grateful. I'm your grateful slave. LeVar Ball is like, I ain't doing all that. I ain't about to kiss this man's ass. My sons, they were going to be all right. Oh, the white supremacists don't like that. They don't like an uppity Negro who's not groveling and sucking your ass and well, thank you so much. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. When you ain't kowtowing, that kiss the ring. What's up, Woke Videos? Shout out to Woke. Saw Woke last night. But that whole thing where you ain't kissing the ring, that's treason. You're being an uppity Negro. You dig? And they hate a brother who ain't bowing down, sucking up to the white supremacists for crumbs. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Lamar from Killeen, man. What's good with it?
I'm going to have you call back, brother. Yeah, I got to have my man Rock Newman call up. Rock Newman should call up. It's ring. Okay, y'all stop calling. Okay. Because he's trying to call. Okay, I think this is him now. Hold on one second. Hello?
Tariq.
Hello, who's this?
This is Rock Newman.
There you go. How you doing, Rock?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I am good, my brother. How's things going on out there in D.C.?
Man, all is well. All is well.
Yes, indeed. Now, for those who don't know, this is my brother, Rock Newman. I've been on Rock Newman's television show a few times. Rock Newman is one of the few people that we have in traditional black media that's really talking about real topics. Rock, how long has your show been on the air, brother?
This is my 5th season, man.
Oh,
we've been banging it out, taking on subjects that other people seem not to want to take on.
Yes.
But we're going to keep on doing it.
Absolutely.
As long as I got breath in my body.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, Rock, you started off as a boxing trainer. Is that correct?
Well, actually, I got into the business. At first, man, I was doing some PR work for a brother out of Camden, New Jersey. When I became known.
Yes.
His name was Dwight Braxton, and he became Dwight Muhammad Kawi. Then I started managing his career, and since that time, I've been involved with Michael Spinks. And, the big claim to fame in that regard is my taking on Riddick Bowe as an amateur when he came out of the Olympics in 1988. Okay. And guiding him as his manager and promoter to the heavyweight championship in 1992.
Oh, cool. Did he fight Tyson that year?
He did not fight Tyson, man. I'll tell you something. We went to see, I so much wanted him to be able to fight Tyson.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be Tyson's first fight when he got out of jail. We went to Indiana to see Tyson in jail, and had a chance to talk to him there in Indianapolis. And I remember him giving Riddick some advice. Man, he said, "You can curse on your show, right, Tariq?"
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He said, Riddick, you're a big, tall guy. You're a big, good-looking guy, man. So, a lot of the girls. He didn't say girls, but he said a lot of the girls are gonna be hanging around you, man. And when you, when if you're upstairs in the hotel or something like that, man, when you fuck them, make sure you walk them downstairs because, man, if I had walked her downstairs, I wouldn't be sitting my black ass here in Indianapolis in this jail right now, man. So The one piece of advice I got to give you, man, it ain't about boxing. It's about when you fuck them, make sure you walk them downstairs.
Damn.
Right?
Wow.
Okay, Mike, that's kind of raw.
Wow. Now, before you got into, let's go back, because, back in the 90s, I remember you on, like, some of the talk shows. Like, I think, was it Donahue you were on?
You know what, man? That's going back to 1986. I remember getting a call. I mean, that's when I was actually working with Michael Speaks. And I got a call from one of Phil Donahue's producers to say that they were doing a show and they were going to have some light-skinned people on who were passing for white.
Yeah.
Who were passing for white. So I said, well, why you calling me? I ain't never passed for white. I'm walking around here with dashikis and koofies on. talking about black power.
Yeah.
So they said, well, we still would like to have you. So they did a pre-interview, man, and so they had me on.
Yeah.
And man, let me tell you something, Tariq. I caught some real hell after that show because keep in mind now, it's 1986.
Yeah.
And I came out the blocks talking about Jesus being black. And if you can only imagine some of the hate mail and the calls and the threats that I got after I said that in 1986, man. So yeah, that was an interesting time, man.
Did you get a lot of hate? Was a lot of the hate coming from white society?
Oh, it was. That particular hate was all from white folks. What happened, man, is I made it very clear. I put a stake in the ground to talk about, because of my light complexion and being mistaken for being a white guy, especially in white society, and sometimes black folks, they mistake it also. Some say they mistake it until they hear me talk.
Right.
Yeah, man. I put a stake in the ground to say that I've been amongst. I talk about racism, all the time. And I talk about it all the time because I've been sort of the spook who sat by the door that they didn't know that the spook was sitting there.
Yes.
And heard some of these private conversations with so-called upstanding, citizens, and nigga ain't never far from a whole lot of them's mouths, who wouldn't dare utter it in public. And, I've had a number of reactions, as I said on that show, so Phil Donahue was like, well, what kind of reaction? I was like, man, sometimes I've been dead dog tired and maybe didn't say anything. And there have been a couple of times where I punched some people in their face.
Because, what I've noticed, people in the dominant white society, they've always been on alert for black people who could pass, being around them, sneaking information. They've always had a thing about that, I've noticed.
Yeah. Man, you bring that up and it makes me think about being in Bermuda several years ago when I never had many conversations where I don't tell people I'm a Howard University graduate and proudly so.
Yes.
But another Howard grad, Dr. Ewart Brown, became the premier there. And he was a strong black man, came through the 1960s. I mean, you know, was good friends with Stokely, really hung out a whole lot with Bob Marley. He practiced medicine in the States for several years, but went back home, got into politics, and became the premier.
Yeah.
And I was at a rally that the majority of white folks in Bermuda had that was really calling for his head. And they really didn't know who I was. And man, so I was down there amongst them, and I'm telling you once again, nigga ain't only, it's not an exclusive term that's used here in the States, because in Bermuda, those white folks were sure enough had nigga coming off their lips, man, like it was sweet honey.
Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Rob, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Southern Maryland.
Okay.
A place called Brandywine, Maryland. And Tariq, you know, man, it was a very interesting dynamic in the following regard. You know, I'm 65 years old, so the schools were still segregated. And I went to an all-black elementary school, which is something, man, that I'm really, really, you know, I'm just thankful for sort of the foundation that the teachers and the principals there, you know, gave us in terms of being, you know, proud of who we were, giving us a little history that I certainly wouldn't have gotten, you know, at any other school.
Right.
But man, it was like all I knew at that time was like, you know, some people, it was black folks and white folks. But the weird thing is, man, I went to a church. It was St. Michael's Catholic Church.
Yeah.
And the idiocy of being in the house of God, if you will, and white folks sat up front, light-skinned people sat in the middle, and dark-skinned folks sat in the back.
Wow.
And I remember, man, at 5 or 6 years old, thinking that it's something wrong with this picture, you know.
Right.
And so, interestingly enough, you know, there was a large population of light-skinned people around there, and some of them had the mindset that you certainly don't go out and marry no white folks, but you also don't, as these light-skinned people that call themselves WeSorts, WeSorts. In other words, we ain't white and we ain't black. We WeSorts, which is the craziest shit you ever heard.
Wow.
But a whole lot of them, man, married amongst themselves and ultimately produced a lot of albino children.
Oh, wow.
I saw in the elementary school and when I was in junior high school and senior high school, I saw more albinos in my community than I've seen in the rest of the world, man.
Wow.
And so, you know, this whole color thing, man, with us has gone on forever. It is ultimately another instrument, another teaching of white supremacy.
Yeah.
And for folks who don't realize it, they need to realize it, man. And it continues. It continues to this day.
Yeah.
You know, it was probably about 4 years ago, man. I got invited to this party that was in Las Vegas, and it was on one of the exclusive, you know, country clubs, and you know, one of the creme de la creme homes, and all of that. And I got there, it was cool, you know, like the people I knew them, you know, they said, hey, you know, come on by. So I went by, man, and you know, after about 20 minutes, it hit me. It ain't nothing in here except for some real light, high yellow, bright folks. This ain't no goddamn accident. This is real.
Yeah.
And I rolled on out of there, man.
Now, in Brandywine, where you grew up, didn't the Jack and Jill organization start there?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Okay.
Not the closed door. I'm doing an interview. Not to my knowledge. I'm not sure where Jack and Jill started, but I don't think it was in Brandywine, Maryland.
Okay.
Man, that was the country. I don't think didn't too much special happen out there, except, you know, we all participated in a little moonshining from time to time. It was showing up country.
man. So let's fast forward. So you get into the boxing game. That's when you were in the game. That's when Don King was the dude, or was he? Was he? He was the dude at that time.
Man, I got in the business. I'm gonna call it, sort of in a semi big way in the mid '80s, and then late '80s, early '90s. I got in it in a major way. It's said that he who controls the heavyweight champion oftentimes has the most influence in boxing. And for a period of time, I was the guy in running the show for the heavyweight champion of the world. So, we were blessed in that regard. King got into business, man, back in '74. I mean, King came out of jail where he said he took a commitment not to serve the time, but to have the time to serve him. And DK came out and started putting some stuff together. And ultimately, what he did is he convinced Muhammad Ali to do a charity event for him at a hospital there in Cleveland. Mm-hmm. He developed that relationship, and then in short order, man, DK was putting together international events such as the Rumble in the Jungle.
Yep.
He got Joe Frazier on one side and said, "Hey, man, I'll get you $5 million." So Ali on the other side, "I'll get you $5 million." And King at the time didn't have $200,000.
Oh, wow.
But that's when he went to Zaire. Mobutu was in was in charge there, and he convinced him, what an extravaganza it would be. And he put together a hell of an event there, man. And so DK made his mark in the 70s, but really, man, has stayed on the face of boxing, 30, 35 years as one of the most brilliant cats. Plenty folks have justification for calling them diabolical. But, diabolical, I've seen him be. But you cannot discount how absolutely brilliant this cat has been also. I would say singularly, he's the greatest boxing promoter that ever lived.
Yeah, because people try to put the whole disingenuous thing on Don King, but hell, the Mafia controlled boxing for a long time. So you never hear them talk about the whole Rocky Marciano era. They love to prop up Rocky Marciano. And for what I understand, the Mafia had people throw fights so Rocky Marciano could win. So, I mean, the thing, it was corrupt for a long time before Don King got in the game.
Somebody, Bert Sugar, who was one time the publisher and editor of Ring Magazine, said, people keep talking about giving boxing a black eye. He said, you can't give boxing a black eye. Boxing has been blind for a very long time. I'm going to tell you, there was a whole lot of corruption. Larry Holmes caught hell when he said on national television after he had a controversial loss to Michael Spinks that he wanted people to kiss him where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
And that is his big black behind.
Yeah.
And he also said in that interview that Rocky Marciano couldn't carry his jockstrap. He was exactly right. Rocky Marciano was about 5'10", about 190, 195 pounds at his best. And he fought his relatives. He fought some of his friends to build up his 49-0 record. And, there's no question about it when they talk about all-time great champions, in the heavyweight division. There are 25 or 30 people that would destroy Rocky Marciano. But nevertheless, as they said in Coming to America, you start talking about fighting, and those folks started pulling Rocky Marciano out of their ass.
Yeah, exactly. Man, so how do you think? What happened with Evander Holyfield, man? The brother fell off the game. His little money got janky. Did he have the wrong people? Evander was the dude.
Well, let me address that. Man.
Yes.
Let me address, because we were just talking about Don King.
Yes.
And Don King, in addition, as I said, to being diabolical and brilliant, he was created as the boogeyman in boxing.
Yeah.
That, again, those majority white writers who see things through their prism, they made him the boogeyman.
Yeah.
When you got someone who earned the nickname as the serpent, as the snake, Bob Arum, who were doing the kind of things that Don King were doing, whether it was stealing from fighters, bringing in judges from outside of the country who, made the most ridiculous decisions in the world. Don King never did anything any worse than Bob Arum, than the Dube family, or any of the other power brokers in boxing. They resented him, and they vilified him because he was a black man when he was doing no more or no less than what some of these other folks were doing.
Absolutely.
Now, getting back to Holyfield, and the reason what made me think about that is coming back to Holyfield. Holyfield made a whole rack of money, man. But man, however much money you make, when you go out and buy a 54-room house that have a 60,000 square feet and all that, and the upkeep that it takes for all that, that's one thing. I'm sure he didn't manage his money well. The other thing is Holyfield didn't get all the money that he was supposed to get. They criticized and complained about
Don King.
About Don King having his son as the manager of the fighters. Well, the Duber family, the father, the son was the promoter, the father was the manager. You had another manager named Shelley Finkel, so they were cutting Evander's money up, man, 15, 20 different ways anyhow.
Yeah.
So you had those issues, and unfortunately, man, it came to a time in his, he continued to live like he was making $35 or $40 million a year, and he wasn't making any money, and you just can't do that, man.
Yeah. Now, have you you've never done any work with my brother Al Heyman, have you?
You know what, man? I have not worked with Al. I met Al at an Oscar de la Hoya victory party.
Yeah.
When he was just getting in the business. And man, one of the things that I did with Riddick Bowe when I was doing his career is we stayed independent.
Yes.
In other words, we didn't sign up with anybody else. We totally controlled our own destiny. You had situations in boxing, man, like if you do an international deal again, that money gets cut up 5, 6, 7 times. I told Globo in Brazil, you send me the money into my account, and Riddick and I will split it up how we're supposed to split it up. You ain't gonna send it to no Brazilian agent who sends it to a South American agent who connects with the American agent and all that. So we truly controlled our own destiny.
Yes.
When I met Al and he told me he was getting into business, he said, man, he gave me a really supreme compliment. He said, man, I'm gonna get into business. And your business model is one that I want to work on. And I'm going to tell you right now, he gets his criticism too, but you talking about one brilliant black man.
Yes.
As a businessman and as a promoter, that's Al Heyman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Al Heyman is a dude, and he stays so low key. I mean, I've seen about 3 pictures of Al Heyman that exist. I mean, this brother don't take pictures, don't do interviews. So
he is definitely one of those brothers that stays in the background, and his motto is put the money in the bank. They don't need to know who he is, so see where he is or anything else.
Yes.
He's and of course before that, man, he was an incredible concert promoter.
Yes, he was. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's been in the game for years, so in the promotion game for years.
Man.
Now, have you ever done anything with the Mayweathers?
No. I never really did. I used to see Floyd.
Yes.
When he was a kid, man, and I characterize Floyd Mayweather as having the greatest boxing IQ of any fighter ever in the game. And to try to simplify what that means from a professional boxing expert point of view, it just simply is the ability to hit and not be hit.
Yes.
And Floyd, I used to watch him, man, when he was 6 years old, 4, 5, 6, 8 years old, watch his father, watch his brother, watch his uncle, and he would mimic them. Whatever they were doing, he would mimic them. Floyd could hit the speed bag when he was 5, 6 years old.
Yeah.
And so if something has ever been in anyone's DNA, boxing is in his DNA.
Yeah.
And when he gets in the ring against tough, qualified, really solid fighters, he has made all of them look ordinary, and primarily won his fights easily because he knows what position to be in where he can kick your ass.
Yes.
And what position to be in where you can hit him.
Yes.
That's the dose science, the sweet science of boxing, man. No one has practiced it better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Now, who do you think are some of the most underrated boxers that's been out here? Like, for example, I think Marvin Hagler has always been underrated. They don't put him as one of the greats, and Marvin Hagler was a beast to me.
Yeah, Marvin. I characterize Marvin as someone. I put he and Holyfield in a category together.
Okay.
That they were people that folks said, well, they got potential. They didn't think that they were because neither had a really flashy, flamboyant kind of personality.
Right.
They were always underestimated. But both of them, man, were really overachievers. And Marvin Hagler, indeed, was someone who really should be talked more about with the all-time great.
Yes.
Part of what has caused that was the last fight he had. He lost against Sugar Ray Leonard, who came out of retirement to beat him. And Ray Leonard came out and fought that night in Las Vegas, man. I'm pretty sure, I will have to get the date. But he fought Marvin that night. And he did one of the great head games on Marvin of all time. And, I clearly had Ray winning that fight. Some say it was a controversial decision. But what Ray Leonard did with the head games that he played in and out of the ring is he made Marvin fight his fight. Ray was the matador, Marvin was the bull, and that night the matador won.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, who do you think, in your opinion, what fight do you think in the history of modern boxing was the greatest fight to you?
Oh my God. There would be a few to pick out, and I tell you, folks would call me biased about this, and I don't say this is the greatest one, but it's one of the greatest ones.
Okay.
And that was the Bo and Holyfield first fight, especially round 10. It's called one of the greatest rounds in heavyweight history. When Bo started out dominating Holyfield in the 10th round, he dominated him so much he punched himself out. You thought Holyfield was going to collapse, but he stayed on his feet. By the way, I always was convinced that Holyfield was on steroids in a big way. But whatever it was, he stayed alive in that round, and he came back to start to dominate Bo. He dominated Bo, and then they fought to the end, man, of that 10th round. So that was one of the great rounds.
Let's back it up. What made you think that Evander might have been on the sauce?
Well, and I'm not just saying that now in 2017. I was saying that in 1992, 93, 94, 95, 99, during that period of time. One, I saw a change in Holyfield's face. I saw a change in his back, and it wasn't just pumping iron. He had the balding, he had all of the symptoms of someone on steroids. Well, again, keep in mind, man, I was coming through the ranks, and I had embraced Marion Barry to run for mayor, on stage with him, helping him, to come back from the politically dead. I'm on stage with Louis Farrakhan. So, man, I'm getting some real serious criticism. So anything I say, they try to take and twist every way that they could. I was clearly persona non grata because I didn't give a damn about any of them,
Yes.
And then, Bo fought a South African. And, we came in the ring wearing African National Congress colors and saying one man, one vote. And also, I always attached politics to what we were doing.
Oh yeah.
So when I said something like Holyfield was on steroids, they that I thought Holyfield was on steroids, you know, they looked at me like I had three heads. But I am absolutely convinced with everything that has gone on, how Holyfield would recover from some beatings and come back.
Yeah.
He just had all of the physical manifestations and then had some heart issues that go hand in hand with those that use steroids. I guess he would still deny it to this day, and I'm absolutely convinced that he partook in steroids early on.
Oh wow! Now whatever happened to Riddick Bowe?
You say what happened to Riddick Bowe?
Yeah.
When you ask me what happened to Riddick Bowe, man, you start talking about something that is totally breaks my heart. You know, the first press release that I ever sent out when I signed a contract with Bowe was I wanted our relationship to reflect the best of how a manager and a promoter should treat a fighter and take care of a fight.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bowe was someone who was not a self-motivator. He was not someone who ever understood he wanted to be rich and famous, but he never fully understood the commitment that it took to be great.
Yeah.
You had to trick Bowe and convince Bowe to train every day. This man, he did not like to train. He loved to eat. But, you know, we were able to get him in a place, man, and with the, you know, guidance of the trainer of Eddie Futch and some other people around him, get him to the championship, you know, get him to win the championship.
Yeah.
And Tariq, in 1992, we signed the largest sports contract, individual sports contract in sports history. We signed a $100 million deal with HBO, Caesars Palace, and our foreign broadcast partners.
Okay.
That required, for him to realize all the money from that, it required him to win a total of 6 fights.
Okay.
And he lost his title in his third defense against Holyfield. But he still made a good amount of money. And Bowe, towards the end, was sitting with north of a $20 million net worth, all his bills paid, all his taxes paid, not a financial care in the world. And he really got to a point where he just refused to do what it took to get in the ring and to perform at his best. So he had 2 really tough fights towards the end there with Golota.
Yeah.
He retired, man. And, you know, somewhere along the way, he told me that, you know, he wanted to start handling his own business.
Okay.
And that, you know, some folks was whispering in his ear, and why you letting this dude guide you and all of that. And he started, so I told him, I said, man, here is everything. Here is every account you ever had. Here's where the money is coming in. I gave him, you know, a suitcase of documents to protect himself. And, you know, in a word, man, Bowe went out and just sabotaged himself. He ended up getting a divorce. He ended up, you know, going into the damn military.
I remember that.
And that was a disaster. And he, you know, started to try to, you know, got involved with some people who convinced him that he should have a whole lot more. And they took $1 million of his dollars in one time. And a couple of months later, gave him back $2 million. And the next time they took $4 million, and it all went away.
Oh, wow.
And one thing led to another, man. And you know, as I hear it today, Bowe struggles, man. And honestly, truly, it breaks my heart. What is crystal clear, because, you know, there's some folks that come at you.
Yeah.
They come at you, they try to tell lies,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, to beat up on you. But the reality is, and what came out of Bowe's mouth very truthfully, is that in 1997 and 1998, after he was long done with boxing, he used to boast and brag correctly that he was worth over $20 million. That's what he had when all was said and done. And I've not touched a penny of his money, managed any of it, been involved with his career or anything since 1996.
Yeah.
So, as much as people sometimes want to point a finger, they just don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
And, man, I wish that brother well. I pray for him. He was like my son. He just made a lot of bad choices in some kind of way, man. I hope he gets blessed. And comes back with some form of abundance.
Yeah. Now, what do you think? A lot of people now, for the last few years, they've been talking about, well, boxing is dying. It's all about MMA. What do you think about the future of boxing right now?
You know what, Tariq? It is tough. Floyd, had those big mega paydays, those major fights, which captured the imagination of boxing fans and folks who weren't even interested in boxing.
Yeah.
By and large, what Al Heyman is trying to do is he's trying to go back to what helped make boxing a very popular sport in the first place, and that is to have it on free television, to have it on network television. But when Floyd Patterson came through the ranks, when Jose Torres came through the ranks, when Roberto Duran and Ali and Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard and all those people came through, they became mega stars, but because they were on Wide World Sports.
Yes.
They were on Channel 4, they were on ABC, they were on CBS, and people got to know them. And then when they had the big fights, people would pay to see it.
Right.
Well, there's very little network television now where you can build stars. And one of the things that Al Heyman is trying to do is he's trying to reestablish that. It's tough. I don't know if he's going to be able to be successful in sort of remaking boxing in its own image from time past, but he's trying.
So how is pay-per-view? Do you think that's kind of dying down, the pay-per-view thing?
Well, pay-per-view for the big fights is going to be the way of the future.
Okay. But
I mean, it has been for a good while, and it is going to continue to be. But man, part of what is happening now, and it's what Floyd and Conor McGregor found out, and the promoters of that. People have so many different ways of pirating your product now till it becomes more and more difficult. So I'll tell you, man, boxing is truly in a struggling kind of phase. And, when you talk about MMA, McConnell was one of the top guys there. And Floyd, so dismantled him. Till it seems to me it's given the impression that people kind of took a second look and said, well, maybe these guys are really not as good as we thought. So it's a tough industry right now, man. It's a tough way. It's a real tough way to make a living. And I'll tell you, the exploitation that has been taking place in the MMA in terms of the promoters really making all the money.
Yeah.
And the athletes making so little of the money. It's damn near criminal, man.
Wow, man, I can imagine. My brother Rock, man, it was so good to have you call up to the show, man. A lot of good information. Brother, where can people find you? Where can they follow you on social media?
Man, they can get me on Facebook, man. They get a Rock Newman 1 on Twitter. Always go to Rock Newman Show YouTube page, man. If they do that, they will see two of the greatest broadcasts that I've done. And, without any apologies, I will say that the reaction to the last two broadcasts that we've done about Haiti and 1804 is in part because you were on it, man. So A whole lot of love there, brother.
Man,
A whole lot of love.
respect, man. It goes right back to you, brother. Thank you so much. And when I come back to DC, I want to come back on the show too.
Anytime, man. You're always invited, brother.
Thank you so much. You have a good day, brother. Thank you. That's Mr. Rock Newman, triple OG right there, man. Good conversation, man. Gotta love chopping it up with the OGs. Love chopping it up with the OGs, giving you some of that old school insight, man, of the boxing world and just a lot of good shit, man. Rock is a real good, thorough dude. Rock is a real good, thorough dude, brother. Y'all got to go check out his show, Rock. He's one of the last real ones that's out here, man. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, you got to put some respect on Rock's name. Salute to the OG. I mean, Rock, he has like Farrakhan all this. Huh?
You have the wallet?
It's in there.
It's not in there.
How much you need?
It's just only $30.
How much you need?
30. Never mind.
Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Oh, yeah, Rock is a good dude. Rock is a good dude. Okay. Now, earlier I was talking about this. I was talking about how these cats, these races, are upset over 1804. 1804 is the #1 documentary in the world right now about the Haitian Revolution. So you get a lot of there's butt-hurt people in the chat room right now. People throwing the N-word. We got some white supremacists right now in the chat room. So, you know, they're having a little temper tantrum. Oh, yeah, I know boxing is not dead. I'm just saying the media keeps trying to say boxing is dead. I know it's not dead, but I'm like, I just wanted him to put his perspective on it. But 1804, I want to let y'all hear. This is how these white supremacists feel about 1804. This is the butthurt. There's a lot of whining and kicking and screaming. And this one guy, Atheism is Unstoppable, one of these white supremacists, he's playing the trailer and he's giving his opinion on the movie. And this is how most of these people in the dominant society feel about the 1804 movie. This is how they feel. Now listen to this guy's critique.
Whoop the Spaniards, beat up the French, knock down the British.
So what we're watching here is a documentary about the hidden history of Haiti, to which you ask, who cares about the hidden history of Haiti? Well, nobody really, but to black people.
Well, you do. You do, white supremacists. You do, because you're whining about the video.
They use it as a symbol. See, this is the country that kicked out its occupiers, its white occupiers.
Oh, look at what he's saying. It's occupiers. Look at how they word stuff. Neely Fuller warned us about how the white supremacists are very tricky with words. Now notice, they won't say what it is. What's that? Hold on.
You want your gun?
You're gonna, yeah, give me that.
All right.
But notice, they won't say it was white supremacist slave owners. Haiti didn't have occupiers. You had vicious damn slave owners over there. You had vicious slave owners there. So look at the words that they use. You dig? This is how most of these white supremacists think. This is why, you know, they act real funny style about the movie. But here it is. Hold on.
This is the country that kicked out its occupiers, its white occupiers, slave owners. They had a revolution. They declared independence early. I think they were the first one in the Western Hemisphere. Aside from America, 1804 this happened. And here she said that.
But the Americans weren't enslaved. Real big difference. The Americans were not in bondage. The Americans had weapons and they had a military already. They were not in bondage. Real big damn difference. The Haitians were unarmed damn African people who didn't have shit, and they rose up against all the mightiest armies. So you can't compare, buddy. There's no comparison.
The Spanish and the French, and they kicked the British's ass. And if you notice as you watch this trailer, how much of the visuals is black people killing white people, and then black people being kind of hyped up on that whole thing. So
you see, at least I like my white supremacist a little honest. He's a little honest. That's what it's really about. That's what it's really about. That's what it's really about. all these images of all these white people being killed. All the images, and the blacks are just hyped up about it. You see? Now understand, there's a million slave movies out. There's a million slave movies out where black folks getting the shit kicked out of them. Well, that's just history. But now we show black folks having a victorious slave rebellion. All of a sudden, wait a minute. Wait, what's all these images of white people getting killed? Stop. Stop it. Hold on, let me play the rest. Let me play some more. All right, hold on.
Black people killing white people, and then black people being kind of hyped up on that whole thing. So they're looking at this, and there's a whiff of, we could do it again.
Whoa! Whoa! Boy, they go on alert, don't they? Ain't nobody say all that. We just showing a movie. There's a whiff of we can do it again. Well, there's a whiff of we can do it again. You see how they think? This is why they love to control propaganda. They love to control propaganda. See, that's how they think. So when they show European victories, Europeans beating everybody, there's a whiff of we can continue to do it. But when we tell our story, you see he's on alert. Now he's letting other people in the dominant society know, hey, watch this movie. This movie might be giving these niggas a whiff or something. This movie might be giving the Negroes a whiff of they can do it again. Be on alert because of this movie. Somebody in the chat room, Lavanda, that's called guilt, white guilt. That's called white guilt. But that's just how they think. They're getting on alert. Wait a minute. There's too many white people getting killed in this movie. There's a whiff. We can do it again. At least he's honest as a white supremacist can be. Hold on.
And then black people being kind of hyped up on that whole thing. So they're looking at this, and there's a whiff of, we could do it again. This is a good thing, what happened in Haiti. I'm not quite sure that Haiti is the example of black success that they think it is.
The Haitians have...
And that's another thing. I've been getting this a lot. Yeah, they're like, yeah, Haiti had a revolution, but look at it now. Yeah, they're poor now. Yeah, they ain't got no money now. Yeah, they eat mud pies now. So that doesn't change the fact that the Haitians beat the shit out of the white supremacists. That doesn't change the fact. I don't care what it is now. You can go look at Greece. Greece is not a big superpower like it used to be, but they're always doing movies about 300, movies about the Greeks, the Spartans, all that bullshit. They still talk about Greek history. And Greece is not a superpower like it used to be. You dig? So we can go around the line and just do that about many empires and civilizations if we're going to go that route. Hell, we can do that with the American South. The American South was a big producer of wealth at one time. Now you got a bunch of, in these white neighborhoods, there's a bunch of meth addicts out there. So we're going to go that route. You dig? Hold on.
About them. The revolution is the most important thing to them.
And that was the first Haitian pimp.
The first thing they instill in you is that...
Now, and listen, a lot of the stuff they can't refute anything, so they do a lot of trolling. Oh, look at this guy, look at what he has on. Because you can't refute nothing, really. You can't, what you gonna say, really? See, they try to hide a lot of their real feelings behind trolling. I told y'all to watch out for these white supremacists when they troll. Now, the first shit he said was some real shit that they really felt. But they can't really refute anything because the Haitian Revolution is too well documented by the French and other historians. So you cannot refute none of it. So you got to, look at this guy. Look at what he has on. Look at the first Haitian pimp. They're just saying whatever.
Republic.
There it is. That's Wyclef Jean. Jean, which is a French name, but he is Haitian. He was a refugee to America, hence the Fugees. Very talented guy. But you hear they're talking about that. It's a black republic, and they're wearing all this African garb, and it's a big rah-rah for the blacks.
1804 becomes important because it's the date at which the implementation of the dream of real revolution and real equality and new nation status and the ability to defend.
Oh my god, I call bullshit. You see that white actor was just waiting to get killed? Swing your sword, my man.
Your new nation
He's mad because the white actors are getting killed in the movie.
is manifest.
When you look at modern historians, when they talk about victories that Europeans had over non-white people, they always frame the narrative as victories. But when African people rise up and fight off their European oppressors, they frame the narrative as a massacre.
I don't really think so. No. I mean, they might have said that the battle was a massacre, but history is written by the victors. And so if the Haitians won with their revolution, then they should have written books and called it whatever they want.
Africans.
Well, they did. And they do call it a massacre. Over here, they do call it a massacre. They call it the French, the Haitian massacre of the French. They refer to it as a massacre all the time.
Where there were enslaved resisted it. Haiti becomes significant because it was the first time in human history that an enslaved population actually overthrew their oppressors.
I like how these black Haitians are symbols of black pride and black power, and they're wearing like Napoleon Bonaparte's outfit. They're dressed up as European men. And yet, flash forward to today, and all these dudes are wearing beadwork and African prints, and they're like, oh, it's all about Africa. No, it's about French fashion, apparently.
The Haitian Revolution.
He has to say something. Yeah, that's just reaching for some. Well, look at what the French had on. Look at what the Haitians had on. They had on French out. I mean, you're just so. He's so mad. He don't even know. He's just reaching for anything.
It was the most organized.
Oh, this guy's a fucking cunt. Half black, from England. Just, this guy's nothing but bitterness and inner turmoil. He's a dipshit.
The Haitian.
He's talking about Akala. Now, Akala's a light-skinned black dude. Now, see, these white supremacists, and that's very interesting right there. And I just got off the phone with Rock Newman. These white supremacists are really have a lot of hatred for light-skinned black people or mulatto black people. They really have a lot of hatred for mulatto black people who are very Afrocentric in their thinking. Just like when my man Rock Newman called up, Rock Newman could pass for white if he wanted to. But Rock Newman is very Afrocentric, so he said there's a lot of vitriol towards him. Akala's mulatto cat, but very Afrocentric in his mindset. So listen, this fucking cunt. He's supposed to be a tool for us. Oh, he's triggered. Oh, he's triggered big time. My God. Shout out to Akala. Brilliant brother, by the way.
Was the most organized, the most large scale, the most impressive in terms of structure and complications from the very beginning.
Impressive, organized, large scale. Okay, you see how they're painting Haiti. Haiti, man. They said, hey, white people, get out. We're organized, we're impressive. Really keep that in mind. We'll get back to that.
Haiti made more money for France than all 13 colonies.
The Haitian Revolution was very influential, particularly amongst Africans. It was seen as an inspiration for Africa.
An inspiration for Africans. But nice music in the background. What is that, the Carmina Burana? I mean, it's like, what? Are they sacrificing children? What? Oh, here we go. Nice. Here's a white guy getting strung up by a black. Perfect. Perfect timing, guys. This is what we need to relive. Imagine a white movie coming out just highlighting and hyping up, celebrating a massacre of black people. And in the trailer for the movie, you're seeing blacks hung, and then cutting to modern day whites going, man, it was really impressive what those whites did back then.
But hell. Well, I made a mistake. Oh, my bad. I turned off of it by mistake. But hell, they do it all the time. What the fuck is he talking about? They do movies like that all the time where black people are getting the shit kicked out of them. Almost every movie. Captain Phillips, you're kicking the shit out of the Somalians. I mean, all these movies, black people are getting the shit kicked out. 12 Years a Slave? Every movie about slavery is black people getting the shit kicked out of them, and you laughing about it. I told you, when I went to see Django, every time they said nigger in the movie, the white people in the audience laughing. All these slave movies, when black people getting the shit kicked out of them, it's a laugh fest. They get a kick out of it. All of it. So now, that the shoe is on the other damn foot. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. All these white people getting killed. Now it ain't so fucking funny. Now it ain't so funny. We get to watch hours of Roots. I mean, they put Roots on network television where black people are getting the shit kicked out of them every week. But hey, man, what's this? That's just history. You can't change history. Well, damn it, you can't change this either. My God. Shit, every movie with a black person, to be honest, the black person is getting killed first. It don't even have to be a historical piece. The majority of movies with a black person, the black person is the first one to get his ass killed. Now you whining about people in your community getting killed in a movie, which actually happened. This is a historical piece. Blood Diamond, all that shit, man.
And called it whatever they want.
Africans everywhere that were enslaved resisted it. Haiti becomes significant because it was the first time in human history that an enslaved population actually overcame.
Was the most organized.
Oh, this guy's a...
Most impressive in terms of structure and complication from the very beginning.
Hold on, let me go.
Inspiration for Africa.
I mean, guys, this is what we need to relive. Imagine a white movie coming out just highlighting and hyping up, celebrating a massacre of black people. And in the trailer for the movie, you're seeing blacks hung, and then cutting to modern day whites going, man, it was really impressive what those whites did back then. This is so backward. Fuck these people.
In this hemisphere, just as it was seen as a...
Oh, there you go. And nice way to strike a pose when you get hung. Or is it hanged? By the way, for all those people, I'm consciously choosing not to say hanged. Fuck that. That's not a term that I'm adopting. It's hung. Like I am hung.
By those who held slavery here.
There is a concept that we must defeat Haiti. We must round them.
Ah, nice decapitated white woman, I believe. Well, cool. Zoom in on that motion graphics guy, please. Yeah, let's not lose track of what the point of the movie is.
And notice, every scene where a white person's getting hurt, I mean, they focus on that shit. We're supposed to, whenever black folks get the shit kicked out of them, stop race baiting, whatever. Every scene where there's a white person getting hung, killed, or whatever, I mean, they're focused on that shit. You dig? I ain't gonna play too much more of it, but, I mean, he's just whining. Hold on.
We can never let them rise. They are an example.
Are you reading? You get loose on a daily.
Decide to stop being oppressed.
I wonder who else these black people think is oppressed.
Wait. This is
of course. I wonder who.
Hold on.
Heroic.
I'm trying to hear this.
Kill your.
Hold on. Listen to this. Now he gets a little deep.
Decide to stop being oppressed.
Hold on.
You get loose on a bucket of daily.
Decide to stop being oppressed.
People who are oppressed decide to stop being oppressed. That's all you need. You understand? Once you can deem yourself to be oppressed, then everything you just saw, perfectly justified. In fact, heroic. Kill your oppressors, obviously. Hang them, butcher them, behead them. Yes, of course. I wonder who else these black people think is oppressed. Do you think they think modern day blacks in America are oppressed? You think they'd have an answer for that? I think their answer would be yes. And then the follow-up question would be, are you suggesting that American blacks do something similar to what the Haitians did? Is that your dog whistle? Very interesting.
Oh, so now we're talking about dog whistles. Oh. But see, now what? They go on alert. When black folks get some information, when black people get information on their real history, you see how on alert they get? You see how paranoid this dude sounds? See, he's trying to hide his paranoia and fear behind acting stupid and trolling. But he got deep with that one. See, he's telling how he really feels. But you see, they're hiding their paranoia. See, they don't want us to see real history. They don't want us to see real history of black people standing up for themselves. Like, oh, that's a dog whistle. It's not a dog, it's just history. We're talking about history. So if we're saying if what we're doing is a dog whistle, then every history show that you do must be a dog whistle too. Every History Channel show where black people are getting the shit kicked out of them, those must be dog whistles too. He's projecting vocal majorities. That's real talk. He's projecting what they do. They're projecting their own shit of what they do onto us. Yeah, with that nervous laugh. See, that's what I'm saying. Don't trip on the trolling and all that goof shit. Yeah, look at what this fuck this guy. Look what he has on. No. That's just a thing to hide how he's really feeling. You dig? So this is why they do not finance movies like 1804. We have to do things like that ourselves, because when we talk about our history and us standing up for ourselves, they go on alert. Boy, they go on alert big time, and they get paranoid. I've been getting cats like that sending me emails. Oh man, I've been getting emails of hate mail from these, like, you fucking race baiter. Oh, your movie is racially biased. I've been getting that a lot. And you got the people going on Amazon, the white supremacists, putting up bogus reviews. This is racially biased bullshit. You dig? Why are you mad now? Don't get mad. You got your roots. You got your Django's. You got your 12 Years a Slave. Why are you mad at our little movie? You dig? Come on, big bad white supremacists. You supreme. What you mad at our little movie for? You all salty? I mean, they got a whole bunch of these videos of them salty and mad. But tell us to shut the fuck up when we don't like movies about being slaves and maids. You see that? When we don't want to be a slave, when we don't like movies like The Help, and we don't like us shuffling and cooning around, blacks, get over it. Learn how to get over history. It's just a movie. Black people, there's nothing wrong with being a butler. There's dignity in getting beaten. You dig? But now when we show the Africans whooping a little ass, hey, wait a minute. What's this dog whistle? Stop it. If you're mad, put on a cape and be super mad. Shit. We just talking about history. We just talking about history. Ain't no bias. We're just talking history. My goodness. A lot of folks in here. Let me see if I can play this clip. Speaking of coons, let me see if I can play this clip. Let me play y'all this clip real quick. Real quick. Hold on one second. Hopefully this thing will play right. Hold on one second. I want to show y'all something. This dude. Hopefully this thing will play right. There was this dude. Come on, thing. Stop acting up. Stop acting up. Stop acting up. Somebody sent me this clip. It was this dude from YouTube. This coon. He's with his white girlfriend, and she's calling him all types of niggas. And he's sitting up there with the coon smile, bucking his eyes while his girlfriend is making a joke, calling him all types of niggas or whatever. Hold on, where is this clip? And I hope it can play. I really hope this thing can play. Okay. All right, now check this out. Hopefully this thing plays correctly. Hold on.
So you say my name is Newman. So obviously I date this trash ass black person right here. In dating a black person, you have to learn these 5 easy steps. 1, you must learn Ebonics. So if you want to go to the store, in order to tell them you're going to the store, you have to be like, hey yo nigga, let's go. We going to the south. That is how you communicate with a black person. See? Now he knows that we're going to the store. Number 2.
It's dating a black person, fool.
Yeah, you say that dating a black person. How many fools know what you're saying?
The video is what's it like dating a black person.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, Petro, go ahead.
What are you doing with the video? See how it said that? All in my life? And he stepped out the video. But if you say it to him in a white people voice, he won't understand.
Why are you so white anyway?
You're so black, you're insecure about your blackness that you have to make yourself look white. So now I look extra white.
number two or number three? Fool.
I'm on number two.
Okay, go ahead.
Number two.
All right.
Dress code. You have to have a certain dress code when dating a black individual.
Okay, I think that's it. Okay, that must be it. Okay, that's enough of that. But did you see he had the resting coon face? What you see? Said what? He has a resting coon face. Was there an echo? The audio was fucking up? Okay. Could y'all hear it? There's an echo? Okay, let me play it again so you guys can hear it. I don't without the echo. Let me play it again. Hold on. Let me play it again.
So I dated this trash ass black person right here. And in dating a black person, you have to learn these 5 easy steps. 1, you must learn Ebonics. So if you want to go to the store,
Playing it again.
in order to tell him you're going
Y'all still
to
hear
the
an echo?
store, you have to be like, hey, yo, nigga, let's go. We going to the store. That is how you communicate with a black person. See? Now he knows that we're going to the store.
I'm about to switch your shit. You can't be saying that racist shit. My mom won't watch this video.
Number 2.
It's dating a black person, you fool.
Yeah, you gotta learn Ebonics to date a black person. How are they supposed to know what you're saying?
The video is what's it like dating a black person.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
These are my steps.
Okay, Petro, go ahead.
Why are you ruining my video?
I'm sorry, I'm stepped out.
See how it said that? All Ebonic like? And he stepped out the video. But if you say it to him in a white people voice, he won't understand.
Why you look so white anyway?
Because you have these things on breaking shit because you're so black and you're insecure about your blackness that you have to make yourself look white. So now I look extra white.
No.
Number 2.
Number 2 or number 3, fool?
I'm on number 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 2. Dress code. You have to have a certain dress code when dating a black individual.
All right. Man, now this dude who's in this video, this little young coon, he's a young coon. But he has a resting coon face. Sure. She said, what? You notice them coons be showing all their teeth? Now, he was on Twitter, copping please. He's like, that was from a couple of years ago and I changed. I was only 21 years. I was 21 a couple of years ago. I was too young and know better. He's copping please. But who's raising these coons? That's why I want to do that coon documentary. Who's raising these dudes? Who's raising these dudes? These are young dudes sitting up here letting the white women talk to them any kind of way, sitting up insulting you. And notice these dudes always got a little moist flavor to them. These dudes got a little moisture to them. Mabule, Theory. But these young dudes, there's a lot of cooning going on with these young dudes. Did y'all see Married to Medicine this week? The TV show Married to Medicine. And there was a part of that TV show that was trending where one of the ladies, one of the doctors, the sister, well, the black male and black woman, they're a couple, but they have a son who's like 14. And the mother and son went to a yogurt shop. And the son, he's 14 years old. He was like, yeah, Mom, I want vanilla just like my women. I like vanilla just like my women. And the mom was like, well, I would hope, I want you to like chocolate like your mother. Your mother's, hoped you would like a little chocolate in your life. Like, well, I settle. And people were clowning the little boy on Twitter, as they should. As they should. How you a little 14-year-old coon? That little boy's a coon. I mean, that's just what it is. You 14 years old, I like vanilla. You already bucking your little fucking eyes at 14. You missed that, Patricia? You better go look at that show again. Who saw that episode? I'm like, whoa. That's the parents' fault. That real talk. His name is Percy. Oh, you're talking about the coon on the video. Okay. But the 14-year-old boy, what they must have him in a school, just some white people or something. I mean, it's the parent. He has 2 black parents. So what are they telling this kid? What are they showing him? They're not telling this dude nothing about his history, who he is. Y'all can't be raising these little confused coons like that. I like vanilla, just like my women. You a 14-year-old fucking coon, and shame on your parents. And the mom was on some shit like, well, yeah, I would hopefully he like chocolate, but hopefully he'll just get him a little swirl or something. So the parents, there's something going on with the parents that made that little boy the coon that he is. You're not teaching him nothing. I blame you for raising a little coon like that. Talking that bullshit. And you're in Atlanta. It's not like ain't no black people in Atlanta. You're in Atlanta. There's black people all over Atlanta. So there's something in the household that's making that little boy a coon. Talking that stupid ass shit he's talking. Yeah, that's not a good look for a little boy who's 14 in a system of white supremacy. That's a very dangerous time. This little boy's he's hitting puberty. This little boy needs to know the fucking truth. That's the problem. And I say this on some real, y'all got to stop making little coons out here, because cooning ain't going to save these kids. I like my vanilla just like my women. And you got these white supremacists out here targeting young boys. They're specifically targeting these young males, these young boys. They're targeting them. So they need to be on alert and know what's happening out here in a system of global white supremacy that's stacked against them. You can't let coons on the loose like that. You letting that little boy be a sitting fucking duck. Letting this little boy be a little coon like that. No, I don't know if these parents think making them into little coons is going to make them safe. That's going to save them. That's not going to save them. My God. But it's the parents. It's something with the parents that turned that little boy into a coon like that, man. Damn. It's crazy out here in the streets, man. Let me see who's on the phone. What's up? Who's calling? What's up? Who's calling? Yo, hello? Hey.
What's going on, Tariq?
What's up, brother? Who is this?
This Jay Dism again, man. I had seen you had posted on Twitter about the brother and the white girl disrespecting him like that, and I didn't think that was real, man. But damn, man,
it's real, brother. Thanks for the call, brother. This brother's slower than a motherfucker. I'm not about to waste time. More power to you, brother. No disrespect, but I just got to keep the thing going, and brother. You sound a little slow motion with it tonight, brother. So I got to keep this thing going. Much respect to you, Jay. All right? Much respect to you, Jay. Jay was about to drag this thing on, man. Shit, I can already tell. He sound high. I don't know what was going on with my brother. I just don't have the time tonight, brother. I don't have the time tonight, brother. Been smoking that good. Y'all leave those narcotics alone, family. Leave the tweeds. Leave the lean, leave all that stuff alone, man. We need some warriors out here. Y'all got to leave that shit alone. I understand the system of white supremacy is a motherfucker. It makes you want to sit by and get high and just kind of smoke your troubles away. But no, we need some people who are alert so we can have some thinkers out here in the game. You dig? What's up, SS? You said I'm a rude-ass meathead nigga. Well, nigga, I got it from your granddad, nigga. I got it from your granddad because I'm your granddad's brother, nigga. I'm your great uncle. I'm your relative, nigga. You come from my bloodline. Nigga. We kin to each other. And I'm banging your grandma on the other side of the family, nigga. I'm still hitting it on the low. When your grandma says she at church, she's not at church, nigga. I got your grandmama in the buck. Your grandma's over at my spot in the buck. I got her decrepit legs in the air, nigga. And I'm banging your grandma. I'm banging the veins about her legs, nigga. That's what's happening with me, you, and your grandma. Because I'm part of the family, you bitch ass nigga. All right. Let me get this one last number here. What's up? Who's calling?
Hi, my name is Jessica. I just called to be messy. Have you seen Jennifer Hudson is
oh yeah,
getting rid of her weak ass?
Yeah. Oh, why you calling the dude weak ass? Aren't they married though? Weren't they married?
No, they were engaged for 10 years.
Oh, they never got married.
No.
Wow. Now where you live in the valley? Where you live, Jess?
I live in NoHo.
No, okay. Have you called before?
I have.
Okay, I remember you. Weren't you dating a dude aren't you like a dark skinned sister who was dating some white dude or something?
No, that was not me.
What did you call her? Yo, you sound very familiar.
I called, I was working on the hip hop documentary for Complex.
I'm trying to remember. You were working on the documentary. Did you ever do the documentary?
You said what?
Did you ever do the documentary?
Yeah, we finished it. I mean, it was for Complex, so it won't be released until next year.
Okay, that's
like in January.
Okay, but yeah, Jennifer Hudson. Didn't they say she was fucking that dude Molly Music or something like that?
I don't know what the hell happened, but I also worked on Hairspray, and I remember he came on set, and they had no chemistry whatsoever. Like They were extremely distant. Like he was off, like texting somebody or doing his own thing, and she really didn't pay him any attention.
Damn. And well, she's making all the paper, so there's always that thing when a woman is really taking care of the household. There's that lack of respect, low key, for the dude. That is just there. They have that, and yeah, she's a. Go ahead.
Can a man date a woman who makes more money than him and it still be like?
Well, the thing is, as long as she's not the one who's controlling everything, because women they just don't respect dudes who they're running shit over. They just don't.
That's true.
They just don't. It's just a harsh reality. So they gonna be creeping with the next nigga and all this and having 10-year engagements and all this old stupid shit. And my man, he had to eat that. That's the dude from Flavor of Love. And
right.
Yeah, so that's what it is. He got to charge that to the game. Anyway, thanks for the call, Jess.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, so Jennifer Hudson, they about to get a divorce. Jennifer out here creeping. I would have been. If I was him, they didn't get married, so he ain't getting no paper. You dig? He ain't getting no paper. So Jennifer, treated that nigga like a jump off for 10 years. Yeah, it was I Love New York, not Flavor of Love. It was I Love New York. That's right. Yeah, but women don't respect that dude. David Otunga. They said he had a Greco-Roman S-curl. Hilarious. Man. Anyway. What's up from London, England, man? Shout out to Gino, brother. Shout out to Gino for the Melanoid Ministries. Shout out to brother Gino. Anyway, man, let me get up out here. I got to eat, man. I got to watch these shows on TV, man. It's been real. We had a good show tonight, man. Even though we had some technical difficulties, we had a very good show tonight, man. Real shit. Anyway, y'all, go to 1804movie.com. Get 1804movie.com. Go to get the movie right now if you don't have it. I plan on going back on the road early 2018. So all y'all promoters out there, y'all holler at me so we can put some stuff together. All right, I'm about to be up out of here. I'm going to be in the house in a minute, sweetie. I got my baby girl in the house. Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here. 1804movie.com. Get your movie right now, family. All right. Also, get your t-shirts at TariqElite.com. Follow me on Instagram at Tariq Elite on Instagram. And I'm about to be out, man. Y'all good. Y'all be good.